Hello, you're watching Weekly Highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I am your host, Ilham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. President İlham received Archbishop Paul Richard Gallagher, the Holy See's Secretary for Relations with States and International Organizations. The other state was interviewed by Dmitry Kiselyov, Director General of the Россия Сегодня International News Agency, also and host of the Vesti Недели program on the Россия 1 TV channel for the All-Russia State Television and Radio Broadcasting Company and Russia's RIA Novosti Agency. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Əliyev, received Archbishop Paul Richard Gallagher, the Holy See's Secretary for Relations with States and International Organizations, on December 16th.
Archbishop Paul Richard Gallagher conveyed greetings from Pope Francis to the President of Azerbaijan. President İlham Əliyev expressed his gratitude for the greetings and asked the Archbishop to extend his regards to the Pope. Stating that Pope Francis last visited Azerbaijan in 2016, the head of state fondly recalled his meetings with Pope during that visit, as well as during his 2020 trip to the Vatican. President İlham Əliyev invited the Pope to visit Azerbaijan. Archbishop Gallagher highlighted that the primary purpose of his visit was to consecrate the land allocated for the construction of a Catholic church in honor of John Paul II. He expressed his deep gratitude to President İlham Əliyev for providing the land and supporting the project, describing it as a testament to the partnership between Azerbaijan and the Holy See. He added that this gesture had been warmly received by Azerbaijan's Catholic community. President İlham Əliyev expressed his satisfaction with the church construction and stated that Archbishop Gallagher's visit and the land's consecration demonstrate the importance of the Holy See's relationship with the Catholic community in Azerbaijan. The head of state emphasized that the church would serve as a symbol of the strong bilateral ties. Archbishop Paul Richard Gallagher praised the role of national leader Heydar Aliyev and President İlham Əliyev in fostering an environment of peace and harmony for all religious communities in Azerbaijan. He emphasized that showing such respect to representatives of different religions and denominations and creating a harmonious environment is one of the distinguishing features of Azerbaijan and its people. Highlighting Azerbaijan's traditions of multiculturalism, the head of state emphasized that representatives of various nations and denominations have always lived in peace, tranquility, and harmony within the country. Gallagher held the harmonious relations between members of Azerbaijan's Catholic community, government officials, and society, noting that this serves as a key factor in enhancing Azerbaijan's reputation. He highlighted effective meetings held during his visit to Azerbaijan. President İlham Əliyev emphasized that these developments are a source of pride for Azerbaijan. He underlined the nation's permanent commitment to multiculturalism and multi-ethnicity, describing this as a seamless blend of state policy and the traditional lifestyle of the Azerbaijani people. The president noted that the peaceful, friendly, and harmonious coexistence of different nationalities and religious communities in Azerbaijan strengthens the country and contributes significantly to stability and societal harmony. The president also highlighted Azerbaijan's substantial contributions to international interface and intercultural dialogue. He recalled with satisfaction that the country regularly hosts global events dedicated to fostering cooperation and understanding among different cultures and faiths. Archbishop Gallagher extended his congratulations on the successful organization of COP29. President İlham Əliyev noted that the Global Summit of Religious Leaders was held in the lead-up to COP29, during which an appeal was made to the international community regarding climate change. He stressed that Azerbaijan worked to build bridges among various stakeholders during COP29, noting that the negotiations conducted within the event framework achieved successful results. The meeting included discussions on regional issues. President İlham Əliyev reaffirmed Azerbaijan's commitment to promoting peace and stability in the South Caucasus region. The conversation also addressed the situation in the Middle East. President İlham Əliyev reiterated Azerbaijan's readiness to support the resolution of humanitarian challenges facing the Syrian people in consultation with brotherly Turkey following the collapse of the Assad regime. At the conclusion of the meeting, Archbishop Gallagher presented President İlham Əliyev with a keepsake.
On December 17th, President of Azerbaijan İlham Əliyev met with Rustam Minikhanov, Rais of the Republic of Tatarstan of the Russian Federation.
First, the awarding ceremony of Azerbaijan's Dostluk Order to Rais of the Republic of Tatarstan of the Russian Federation, Rustam Minikhanov, took place. By the order of President Ilham Aliyev, Rustam Minikhanov was honored with the Dostluk Order in recognition of his exceptional contributions to the development of friendship and cooperation between the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Russian Federation. President Ilham Aliyev congratulated Rustam Minikhanov on receiving the well-deserved award. For many years, you have been working tirelessly to strengthen our traditional ties. Therefore, it's a great pleasure for me to present you with such a high honor and wish you continued success, said the head of our state. Rustam Minikhanov expressed gratitude to President Ilham Aliyev and described the order as a high award. Rustam Minikhanov said the relations within the framework of Russia-Azerbaijan cooperation are greatly valued. Tatarstan holds a special place in this context. Historically, our brotherly nations and most importantly our leaders, Azerbaijani leader Heydar Aliyev and our first president, Mintemir Shaipovich Shaymiev, laid the foundation for the course we continue to develop, Rustam Minikhanov underscored. Following meeting, President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and Rais of the Republic of Tatarstan of the Russian Federation Rustam Minikhanov had a joint lunch.
On December 17th, the head of state was interviewed by Dmitry Kiselyov, Director General of the Россия Сегодня International News Agency, also and host of the Vesti Недели program on the Россия 1 TV channel for the All Russia State Television and Radio Broadcasting Company and Russia's RIA Novosti Agency.
President Ilham Aliyev dwelled on the Declaration on Allied Interaction signed in February of 2022 in Moscow and underlined that this is the most important political step both from the side of Russia and Azerbaijan and is the highest form of interaction and cooperation. Today, Russia and Azerbaijan are two reliable partners, and I think that there is no doubt about this in Azerbaijan or Russia. I am confident that this will continue to be the case, said the head of state, and underlined that they keep on finding new areas for trade and economic cooperation. Due to the peculiarities of foreign policy, Azerbaijan, a country pursuing an independent foreign policy, is perceived as an absolutely independent player both in the West and in the East. Also due to the fact that it's the only country that is an ally of Russia and, at the same time, an ally of Turkey and NATO member. There is no other such country in the world, noted the head of state. Concerning the weapons that Macron's government is supplying to Armenia, President Ilham Aliyev stated that these are offensive weapons, lethal weapons, that pose a practical threat to Azerbaijan. We, of course, cannot be mere bystanders in this process. We have repeatedly informed Armenia and its patrons in the US State Department that this must be stopped. But unfortunately, we have not been heard, and the process of arming Armenia is going on at an alarmingly fast pace, the president of Azerbaijan added. Touching on the peace treaty with Armenia, President Ilham Aliyev disclosed two articles in the documents which have not been agreed upon and underlined that the peace treaty and the simultaneous arming of Armenia against us are two incompatible courses. One of them is about refraining from filing international lawsuits against each other, and the other article concerns the non-deployment of representatives of other countries on our border. If all this is resolved, there will be no more obstacles to signing the peace treaty. President Ilham Aliyev accentuated that even before September 2023, we had officially published a plan for the reintegration of Karabakh Armenians into the Azerbaijani state. This was done publicly and posted online, because our numerous attempts to establish contact with representatives of the Armenian public turned out to be unsuccessful. The head of state also dwelled on the fact that the community of Azerbaijanis who are natives of Armenia and were deported in the late 1980s and early 1990s, about 300,000 people, has officially applied to the Armenian leadership requesting conditions for their return and reintegration. We're still waiting for a response from the Armenian leadership on how they envision the integration of Azerbaijanis into their historical lands, pointed out the head of state. Concerning the Russian companies involved in the reconstruction of Karabakh, the head of state referred to data in respect to Russian investments and said we would welcome them. Speaking of the recent COP29 forum held in Baku, President Ilham Aliyev said it was a huge organizational effort, but we coped with it with dignity. He also spoke of the campaign to discredit Azerbaijan, the amount of $300 billion agreed to be spent annually on the climate issues, and added that the vast majority of countries joined a total of 14 initiatives put forward by Azerbaijan, touching on their relations with France and its unsubstantiated unjust attacks against our country. President Ilham Aliyev said that it may have once been a great country of great thinkers, great scientists and writers, but is no longer the case. The Macron regime is essentially turning France into a failed state. Commenting on the development unfolding in Georgia, the head of state said Georgia is an important partner and a close friend for us. For centuries, our nations have lived in peace and harmony. Therefore, destabilization or the threat of destabilization in Georgia, as harmful as it is for Georgia, is also harmful for Azerbaijan. Therefore, for our part, we strive for and are doing everything to ensure that the situation in Georgia aligns with the political direction, is stable, and that Georgia develops successfully. In conclusion, President Ilham Aliyev extended his wishes on the occasion of New Year.
Спасибо большое, Ильхам Ильдарович, за это прекрасное интервью.
Спасибо вам.
That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.